Forecast First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Satellite and radar showing mostly clear conditions across mid-Michigan this Monday morning, and we will actually be able to hang on to dry and mostly sunny conditions as we go throughout the rest of the day. Temperatures will also be fairly impressive. We're at 49 degrees over in St. John's, 48 our current temperature in Owasso, falling down into the mid-30s in places like Ann Arbor. Again, dry weather remaining in the forecast as we go throughout the rest of the day. Temperatures yet again topping out above average with the chance for a few strong to severe storms returning to the forecast tomorrow afternoon. We'll have some more details in just a bit. 6 News This Morning continues.
WLNS is here for you, celebrating 75 years of bringing you the news with 6 News This Morning.
As the president prepares to celebrate 100 days in office, new CBS News polls show his support is slipping, with many Americans concerned over the economy. Good morning, Mid-Michigan. It's Monday, April 28th. I'm Jorma Duran.
And I'm Megan Vaselli. Thank you so much for joining us.
6 News is here for you now with this morning's top stories. The Trump administration is also facing new legal challenges this morning over the deportation of U.S. citizens who are children.
This comes as the president and his top diplomats say the clock is ticking to reach a deal that would end Russia's war in Ukraine.
Naomi Ruckham is here for you now with the latest.
As President Trump marks his 100th day in office, new CBS News polls show his approval ratings have dipped since early February. A key sticking point, the president's trade war.
The good news is costs are way down, groceries are down, it's all looking good, the tariffs are strong.
But a majority of Americans say the president is too focused on tariffs and not focused enough on lowering prices. The president gets higher marks on his other top issue, immigration. More than half of those surveyed support his administration's program to deport undocumented immigrants. But more controversy over the weekend. Lawyers for 2 families say 3 children, all U.S. citizens ages 2, 4, and 7, were deported to Honduras with their mothers Friday morning, following a routine check-in with immigration officials. A federal judge has scheduled a hearing for next month, writing of the 2-year-old that he has, quote, strong suspicion that the government just deported a U.S. citizen with no meaningful process. The president's border czar, Tom Homan, pushed back on CBS News Face the Nation Sunday.
It's not a government decision, it's a parent's decision.
President Trump met with Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky before the Pope's funeral Saturday.
He wants to do something good for his country.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio said yesterday that this is a critical week for the administration to decide whether to continue involvement in peace talks with Russia and Ukraine. Naomi Ruckham, CBS News.
President Trump will be in Michigan tomorrow to celebrate his first 100 days in office. This marks his first trip to our state since getting reelected. The president will stop at Macomb Community College in Warren. That's where he hosted a roundtable back in September before making the college one of his last stops on the campaign trail ahead of the election. Meanwhile, his critics argue he's coming to Michigan to downplay the negative impacts his tariffs have had on the economy, specifically the auto industry.
Here in Lansing, a city official has now retracted his statement regarding arrests made in a recent speed racing accident that led to a 5-car crash and 13 people being injured. The crash took place Thursday on South MLK. City Council member Peter Spatafor made a post on Facebook claiming lives were lost and that arrests were made. He has now retracted that statement, saying no arrests have been made yet, and it is not confirmed that any lives were lost. Spatafor apologized, saying, quote, I misunderstood a conversation with the mayor. No arrests have been made to my knowledge. I made a mistake and I apologize for the error and any confusion this may have caused.
A state lawmaker is seeking justice this morning for the people who say they were evicted from a DeWitt Township mobile home park without much notice. People living at Cristana Mobile Village say they were told on March 28th that they needed to be out by April 1st. Some people stayed and say the water and sewer have since been shut off. Now, State Representative Emily Devendorf is weighing in on the situation. She posted to social media that she's working with agencies to connect these residents with resources and plans to take further action. She added that after visiting the mobile home park, quote, it is unconscionable that the residents of Christina MPH are being forced to live in unsafe and undignified conditions. Stay with 6 News as we continue to follow this story.
And coming to the Wharton Center will be dancers with Ballet Biarritz.
Yes, the group will perform just 7 shows in the U.S. and of course one of those will be here in mid-Michigan.
6 News reporter Zoe Hewitt joins us now live in the studio with those details. Good morning, Zoe.
Good morning. The group's name refers to the city in southwest France where the company is based. 22 dancers of 8 nationalities will take the stage as they perform a combination of classic and contemporary styles under the direction of Thierry Malandon. The show blends music from composers Antonio Vivaldi and Giovanni Antonio Guido.
It's like a common language, but everyone speaks it a little bit differently. So I think it's really interesting for us, and that's the main reason why we go to see some shows, is just to see different ways of speaking the same languages.
The show lasts for just about an hour. There are still tickets available for the show, which begins at 7:30 p.m., and students with proper ID can purchase their tickets at a discount. Live in studio with you, I'm Zoe Hewitt, 6 News This Morning.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather on the Sixes, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
We are already doing really nice temperature-wise across mid-Michigan this Monday morning, even despite the fact that we had mostly clear conditions across the area last night. Our current readings generally sitting in the mid to upper 40s across the area. We're at 47 degrees in Lansing, 49 our current temperature in St. John's, falling down into the low 40s in places like Mason, Howell, and Adrian. The exception to all of those rules is 36 degrees over in Ann Arbor. Again, satellite and radar shows dry and mostly clear conditions across our area this morning, and we will continue to see this dry weather as we go throughout the rest of the day. Temperatures also will trend above average yet again, making it up into the mid to low 70s across the area. Overall, even with our winds, it will be incredibly manageable. Those winds coming out of the south right around 10 to 15 miles per hour. We are gearing up for some pretty big changes though across the area. Tonight, temperatures still going to be incredibly mild, falling down into the mid 60s. By Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, notice that overnight low falling down into the mid to upper 30s, and we have a few more days with temperatures which will be falling down into the 30s overnight tonight. So keep your eye out for any frost advisories across the area as we go throughout the rest of the week.
All right, I'm going to ignore that you said that.
I'm ignoring I said it too, so I don't blame you.
I'm not ignoring, I'm listening because I don't want my tulips to pass.
There you go.
Keep my tulips alive. What do? You put a sheet over them or something?
Yeah, just kind of put some sort of sheet, any plastic wrap or anything like that.
There you go.
It's gonna be an old sheet. All right, coming up.